Should third-party candidates be in presidential debates? Imagine a political landscape where only two major parties dominate the conversation, leaving a significant portion of the population feeling unheard. This scenario has sparked ongoing debates about whether candidates outside the traditional two-party system should be included in national discussions. The core issue revolves around fairness, representation, and the potential impact on voter choice. Historically, presidential debates have been organized by the Commission on Presidential Debates, an organization established in 1987. Their criteria for participation typically include polling at a certain percentage, often around 15%, in national polls. This threshold is intended to ensure that only candidates with a realistic chance of winning are included. However, critics argue that this standard unfairly excludes third-party candidates who may have substantial support in specific regions or among certain demographics but have yet to reach the national polling benchmark. Supporters of including third-party candidates contend that debates serve as a vital platform for informing voters about all options. They argue that excluding these candidates limits the democratic process by narrowing the field of discussion and reinforcing the dominance of the two major parties. Including third-party candidates could introduce new ideas, challenge the status quo, and foster a more comprehensive debate about the nation's future. On the other hand, opponents suggest that debates are primarily designed to clarify the choices between the two leading candidates. They argue that including candidates with minimal support could lead to logistical challenges, dilute the focus of the debates, and potentially confuse voters. They also point out that the current polling thresholds are meant to ensure that debates remain as manageable and relevant to the candidates most likely to win. In recent elections, some third-party candidates have gained increased visibility, but they still face significant hurdles in reaching the polling thresholds required for debate inclusion. Efforts to reform the debate process have been ongoing, with some advocating for lower thresholds or alternative methods to determine participation. Ultimately, the question hinges on balancing the desire for fair representation with the practical considerations of debate organization. The decision to include third-party candidates in presidential debates involves complex considerations about fairness, voter information, and the integrity of the electoral process. While there are compelling arguments on both sides, expanding debate participation could potentially enrich the democratic process by offering voters a broader spectrum of ideas and choices.